तो प्रकाश से ये आपसे पूछना था कि आपको क्या इंस्पायर किया टू मेक अ फिल्म लाइक दिस, यू नो?
It is a web series, and the story was by MX Player, the platform. It was written. It was a very extensive story written by Habib Fazal, and he had taken a very good take on this whole kind of aspect of innocent people putting their faith, into some kind of criminal-minded people who masquerade as kind of like spiritual gurus or babas, as they say. Because the character of Bobby Deol knows nothing about religion or dharma, or has no knowledge. In fact, he was a criminal, but he took the opportunity of he had the charisma of making people believe. And in India, because our spiritual and our religious and our gurus and our real kind of spiritual leaders, there is such a huge wealth of it, and there's so much respect for it. There's so much, there's a huge history and mythology about it that we trust them. And these people masquerading as Babas, they take advantage. But also the take of this thing is that you don't question, you don't ask, you just put your faith blindly into something, then you will have to suffer. So this was the take which was there inherent in the story, and which attracted me, and that's why I decided to do it.
Also, showing Bobby Deol in a negative character, and we have hardly seen him doing such negative characters. Like the last we saw was in Race Catch. What made you choose Bobby Deol for this role?
Because such a positive image about him.
Yeah, so you wanted to completely show a different Bobby Deol to everyone.
It is the actor. I don't know. I'm also an actor, so I understand. We all die to do things which are different, as actors. So the shades, the grays, the blacks, if you get to play all of them, it's amazing. No?
Also, Prakash, of late I've seen that many a times I have seen, you have done a lot of films, and even, Hippie Pure was a hit, the show which you did. But somewhere shows related to, political, scenarios attract your attention the most. Is there somewhere there you find your strength? That is something which you like to explore more?
Look, I don't look at, the whole aspect of filmmaking from that point of view. For me, its story is most important, and the story can come from anywhere. That the story is happening around us, catches my attention, and I like to understand as to why something is happening. So I understand. I get to see the layers of, social reactions and people's kind of involvement in it, and so it becomes socio-political. I don't start, कि मुझे एक political film बनानी है. I start from the point मुझे एक अच्छी story बोलनी है. Now, like my last film, Pariksha, it was a simple film about a rickshawala trying to give his child, the best education that is possible. But he cannot give it because it's a difficult thing. He can't afford it. And so what does he do? So that becomes the crux of the story. So similarly, ashram, there are quacks in the villages who know nothing about medicine, who have not gone and studied to be a doctor, but they have become doctors. Innocent people. If you go to these quacks, they will write doctor not MBBS, but some godforsaken degree. And illegitimate, people who are masquerading as doctors. And there will be hundreds of people lined up early in the morning, and they will take medicine from them, and they will, usual सर दर्द की दवा, पेट दर्द की दवा, ये वो कुछ भी करके, और वो सर्जरी भी कर देते हैं.
Okay.
Amazing. So this happens because of our trust. We Indians, we trust people.
Yeah.
And this is taken advantage of. That's what happens.
But when you were approached for this film, कहीं ना कहीं आपको ये नहीं लगा कि because the topic of religion is very sensitive in India. Like, every day you see, like, people keep on fighting on Twitter also because of this, Hindu Muslim debate, or like, something or the other, or opinion keeps on coming. And lockdown made this negativity has increased a lot. Somewhere didn't you feel like, this might also somewhere, affect the creativity, what you're trying to show? Whereas you have made it very clear during when you released your YouTube, the trailer on YouTube also, that it's not, it's just an, fiction, and it's not trying to hurt any sentiments of any, human beings, or like, even, trying to tarnish image of any of the sadhus out there. Didn't you feel like, that would create a lot of, a kind of, negativity on the social media when when you were approached?
Baba ji ki jai ho.
If not,
my dear Samina, I mean, people will say all kinds of things. You have to be responsible in your expression. And I saw that it was a very responsible script. It spoke about, the ills of this whole trust business. And, I have had experience for last so many years. All my films, before they get released, there is so much halabulu and there is so much ban this film, ban that, whatever it is, whether it was Ganga Jal, whether it was Rajniti, whether it was Arakshan, whether it was Chakravyuh, all the time it keeps on happening. When the film releases, nobody speaks. They're all very happy.
Yeah.
So I know I have done my work responsibly. I have not, touched. In fact, in the entire ashram series, you will not find even a picture of a Hindu god. There is no mention of the religion Hindu or any other religion. There is absolutely no reference to any rituals that we follow. Nothing. It was not required. It's a story about, not the con man, but the man.
If there was no pandemic right now, if we didn't have lockdown, would you prefer this a theatrical release?
This is a web series. It has been made as a web series. It's not a film.
Yeah, I know it's a web series of 10 episodes. But in case if it was pandemic and like trying to cut short, would you prefer it releasing, or maybe like in part 1, part 2, you prefer releasing it in theaters like that? Would you prefer a film like this, going to theaters?
It has been shot like a film. If you've seen the trailer, you must have felt the grandeur of the trailer. So I have not spared, I have shot it like I shot Satyagraha or I shot Rajniti. So it could have easily been, it can easily be released in cinemas, but, it will require re-editing and kind of packaging, because right now it's pretty well spread. I mean, it can't be released the way it is, but it has now enough potential for being released in cinemas, no problem.
What is one takeaway from this film for you while working on this?
Sorry, what?
What is that one takeaway for you from this project of yours?
This project is gone and done with. I'm now on to the next project.
But something which like you would, take it with you, like, which might have inspired you, maybe the story, maybe something which happened on the sets, something you would like to share with us.
Every day of work is amazing.
Yeah.
When I go to shoot on a particular day in the morning, I feel so charged. It's as if like, it's my first film and my first day of shoot. I really kind of look forward to it, and I'm nervous as energy, and sort of like I put my best into it. And when the day gets over, I look forward to the next day. So that's like with every project. I mean, I was very fortunate to get such bunch of good actors, very, very good actors, all of them. And we have a good production team. So it was like, except that, we really were shooting and it was very, very cold. Like, in Ayodhya, during the month of December, it was bitter cold. Mostly, sometimes it used to go like, -3, -4 degrees. And we were shooting scenes in ashram where it was summer scene. So people had to take off their coats and sweaters. So like they really like, tremble and, but we had to make arrangement to keep the place warm, but you couldn't do it outdoors. So, it was quite fun, but I've shot other films also like the similar kind of conditions.
There have been reports of Rajniti 2 also that you were planning to. So is that happening anytime soon? Is it still like on the cards?
it's a natural kind of process, and Rajniti is a subject which is never ending subject, because it's kind of like the script has been ready for some time, but I have been getting involved and busy with other things. I hope it happens. I would like it to happen. Yeah.
And after this, what's...
Well, there are a lot, because there is a season 2 which we are preparing. There is a feature film we are shooting in January. There is a feature film which we have already shot and which is ready and doing festival rounds, which we will start talking about next month. So there is a lot happening, in my production house. My daughter starts another film to produce another film. So it's busy.
Okay, and the last question to you is, that comes, without question, because of what is happening currently. What do you say after the Supreme Court has, given a judgment in favor of, CBI for Sushant Singh Rajput?
I think it is good, because all the controversies, kind of like all the anxieties, they die down, and now they have got what they wanted and what it deserved, because there was so much of anxiety about what really happened with this young man. Unfortunately, I never met him. I don't really know personally, although he was from Bihar, but somehow we missed each other. But I liked his work, and it was a sad thing that at such a young age, life is lost like that. What a waste! But at least there will be a closure, hopefully, right closure. And if there is any kind of like crime has been committed, that will come out. So I'm happy that it has been now handed over to the CBI, and I really hope that the CBI does a good job of it, because they do not have a good reputation of handling high profile cases. It has not kind of like so I hope that this time jobs, it's done to a kind of a satisfactory end.
Also, last question for you. If any genre, or if any subject you would like to experiment on, which would that be? If off late, if you really want to touch a subject or social subject which you would like to make a film on, which would that be?
If there was one, I would have told you right now. There are so many.
Yeah, if something which you really you could head for it, anything
there are so many. There are so many of them. I keep on continuously working and thinking about it, chatting about it, and we are working on subjects. And once a story gets matured, somehow or the other it gets made. But my interest always remains with with society, with people who make this society. And if I can find something to explain why something happens and what impact it has, and if I can understand the equation, I always like to share it in form of a story. But we are going through a very interesting time, the whole world. And especially this pandemic has really kind of changed everything, every equation, every look at the way we are talking. Otherwise you would have been here in my office and you would have been interviewing me. But all that is thing of the past, and I don't know when it's going to get back. So we are adjusting to this new world, which is such an interesting thing to happen politically, right from America to Australia. The whole politics is in turmoil. There are newer definitions of secularism, democracy emerging every single day. And I find that living in a very interesting, very exciting historical, political period, and that interests me. I don't know what stories will come up, but we are looking for it.
Will any biopic on any political leader would be something which would be make any biopic? A political leader? Would you prefer?
I would love to make, and I'm considering to make a film on Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That would be quite actually, because
I would love to do that. Yeah.
I hope you that soon. And it was nice talking to you. And I really wish all the best for your film. And I would definitely watch this web series. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Shamina. God bless you. God bless you.